So we're going to try to drill a well today. I'm going to use the 3-point auger to try to do it. My dog's already having fun. So we're going to use the 3-point auger. I have an old bit that I'm going to have to modify to accept a 2 3/8 pipe. So we have a bunch of pipe left over from the fence. I'm going to cut it into 4.5 or 5 foot pieces. I need to measure to see what my stroke length is. And then we'll use that auger and we'll just trip it in the hole. You'll see how we're going to set it up. I think we should have to drill 20 to 25 feet, but I'm planning on, just worst case, having to go to 30. I'm not going to try to go any deeper than that. So we'll drill a 9-inch hole to 30. We'll case it with 4-inch pipe that's perforated, and then we'll hang a completion in there, if you will. So I've got a design that's 100% PVC that I've drawn up. We'll see how it works, so stay tuned. So I'm going to start by finishing off this guard because, you know, it's useless at this point. And then I'm going to measure my height here, and we're going to basically take 3 or 4 inches less than that so that I have a little bit extra stroke to pick it back up when we're tripping in the hole. Alright, so do not advise you remove any guards from any equipment, but, you know, don't do as I do. So, rough estimate. I think we're all the way up here. I could try to pin it a little lower, so I could do 4'6" pieces. Let's see. Alright, so I just moved my 3-point top link mount down one position, and so we got it pinned there. That gives me enough where I can make my pieces 4.5 feet long, so we can trip in a 4.5 foot piece at a time. So what we'll do now is we will cut these the couplings where we need, and we'll cut this this auger. We're going to use this one for the initial hole because it's got a little bit better bite. And then afterwards we should have enough weight where this auger, even though it's dull, will work. If not, I can always hang these 2 tractor weights on there like I've been doing. So anyway, get started here. Alright, first order of business here. Cut this coupling off this old bit because we're going to put our own on here. So what we'll do is we're going to make a bunch of couplings, thinking making them 8 inches would be enough, but how long is this? This is 4 feet, so I'll just make them 12. So we'll make 4 12-inch couplings out of this piece of pipe here, and then we'll move on. So that's kind of the way we're going to set these couplings up. Through bolt, I've got a nut that'll they'll go basically through here and be pinned like that. And we'll just bolt them in as we go. We're just gonna have to watch our torque, but that's shouldn't be a big deal. I'm not gonna try to barrel it down. We'll just go nice and easy all the way down because we want all the dirt to stay on the auger as we're drilling, so that we can carry it back out. So we're just slow and easy. Shouldn't be an issue. About to put her through some abuse today, so might as well check the oil anyway. I'm gonna have to come back a little bit. Sledge it straight. Go up. I don't have a whole lot of control. Right there. And then we'll pull it out of the hole. And I think actually this first piece I can turn the tractor around and use the motor. Just pick the whole thing out of the ground in one shot. Just take this connection right here as well.
Is that from because of the river? That can't be your well shelf already, huh?
So this is good. There's a really low water table here because in the summertime there's a pond across the street that's always full of water. I mean, that's not the water I want, but that's already clay. You know, this like that's already clay, which is
I noticed that.
If you get a little bit past that, that's where a lot of the should be. All right.
Should it be clean?
It will get clean. as you pump through it, it'll wash. But I obviously want to get deeper than that. I'd like to get the full 12 feet at least for a test well and see how it does. Alright, so we're only about 4 foot deep and at about 3. Let's see. You got water right at 3 feet, and then the hole is exactly 1 foot deep. As you can see, I'm mudding my tape up. So we're gonna try to get this bit to work. Take this apart. See if we can put the original bit on with a different coupling. All right, so we want to use the new auger because the old one just isn't cutting it, but we don't want to weld on it. So we are, maybe, I'll look. There's another one here, but I don't know if it's any better. So we're gonna make a square coupling, which is Justin's idea, to adapt to it so we don't have to weld a stem onto that thing because I really didn't want to modify it.
There's no more water.
All right, here's what we got. Got our adapter. It was his idea, not mine. So if it breaks, he's to blame.
Hey, hold on. Put that camera. I did not weld that. I did not take any responsibility for those welds. It's the guy behind the camera.
But it was his idea, so it's all his fault anyway. All right, so we've got about 6 foot down, 5.5 foot down right now. So we're gonna go ahead and put 2 pieces together and see if we can finish the stroke.
Oh, the water's gone.
We'll see.
Go now, radio! Here we go!
All right. So we're pushing the limits here. Busted U-joint. That's fixable. After we already sheared this upper pin twice. But we just noticed we must have snagged a rock pretty good because this did that.
Yeah.
It actually sheared the bolt. So, all right, well, that's a wrap.
So we just need to weld everything.
Yeah. All right, so the well, we finally got through that rock. We stopped at 11 feet just because that's what we had set up. We're gonna complete that well and see how it performs, and then we'll figure out if we're gonna do another one. Basically, all we'd be scrapping is the casing and the gravel, so not a big deal. The water table starts about 4 feet from the surface. So this pipe is 10 foot, our hole is 11 and change. So I'm just gonna assume that this pipe is a foot under. So 4 foot from the surface is here. I'm gonna perforate basically all that to allow as much ingress as possible into the pipe. And then we will go set this, pack it with pea gravel, and then we'll come back up and work on the pumping mechanism that I'm working on. So Alright, so we've gone ahead and gone all the way up to 5 feet. Originally I said I was going to go up to 7 feet of depth, which is 4 foot from the top of the hole, but I decided I probably want a little bit more filtration, and I'll pack all this back with clay to keep water from coming back down from the surface. So basically all the groundwater will still be able to seep in. There's no reason to go that high with the perfs. Basically the water will come in through the perforations and up to whatever the static level is anyway. So I've got slits cut in no real like neat fashion by any means. I just offset them from one side to the other so that we don't weaken the pipe too much, and that's really about it. So now I'm going to glue a cap on, I'm going to glue a coupler to extend it, and then we'll run down there and set this thing. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, the water's coming up. Anyway, I'm going to stick the pipe in the hole. It's there in the back of the truck. And then we'll put pea gravel around it, about 10 bags. We'll just basically use all that unless I think it's getting too high, and then we'll stop. And then we'll go for it. Alright, so we had an 11-foot hole, so we put slices up 5 feet, so I should, whenever we're up to the top of those lines, I should have a 6-foot measurement here to the 11-foot mark here. Let's see. I'm right at 5 foot, so it's actually calculated 7, I've used 5. So I probably want the pea gravel to be maybe 2 feet above the 5-foot mark. So we go down to 4 feet, so I need to put probably just one more bag. We should be good. I guess there's probably enough silt in the bottom of the hole already that's messed with us. So this is bag number 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, bag number 6. Probably don't want any more than that. I want the rest to be kind of sealed off from the environment, so I'm going to pack some of this clay around the top. That'll kind of help seal us off, and then we'll put this dirt around the top, and that'll be good. Just kind of put this in by hand because this is some really sticky clay. Since we're pretty close to being full, there's a big air gap down at the bottom, so this will eventually settle over time. see how this measures up real quick. And we'll call this portion good, and then so we've got water 5 feet from the top. So 2.5 up from the surface, which is in line with those. I realized I just dumped a whole lot of volume of water in there. So that, and then I'm going to run this to the bottom to see if we still have our 13-foot 8-inch. Perfect. So the bottom of the hole's clear. So we will work on a pump, and then maybe tomorrow morning we'll install it. Anyway, see y'all up top. We'll go mess with the pump. Double check valves. Fill the stroke. Water comes out the top. Fill the stroke. Water comes out the top. It works.